So I hit the wrong button because it said some of my destinations have errors. And welcome to John Crump Live, where there is no John Crump or anything live. Dark's messing with me. All right, Dark, come on in. Come on in. Hold on. I should have called Sabar Prince and asked him if he would jump in today because he's a Mexican.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was over here laughing and talking smack.
Yeah.
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah. I should have called Sabar Prince.
Yeah, maybe you should have. How you doing, man? How's everyone doing?
Good. I mean, Dark, it's like we haven't talked at all in
Yeah.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah. I know it's been crazy. I've been wondering where you are. Yeah, we've had a lively few minutes. Jeez, now my camera's going off every 2 minutes. We've had a lively weekend and a lively Monday. There's been a lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on. I don't know. I mean, you want to discuss what happened?
Yeah. So, Erica Hoover, Matt Hoover, Sierra's
He's
firearms wife.
anti-freedom, anti-gun, pieces. I'm sorry, I'll let you do it. Go ahead.
So first, Matt's PayPal account that was hooked up to the Shopify store, the only tacticalfans.shopify.com, that PayPal account got closed because they're selling firearms through the mail electronically.
Permanently banned.
After appeal, and they just send a it's I don't even know if a human reads the email when you say, hey man, I'm not selling guns on this account. What are you talking about? I'm just selling patches and merch, shit like this. But nobody cares. They said, hey, you're selling guns. So then Erica opened, because just I hope you all realize a couple of things. One, Erica's income that makes her family, pays the bills of the family is YouTube revenue, doing YouTube videos. It's the selling merch, selling patches, hats, swag, whatever. Some people donate through PayPal, making like recurring payments, and Give, Send, Go, which nobody can F with. That's the only solid thing that nobody can F with.
Yeah.
So first, they pull the PayPal account because they're selling firearms on Tactical Fans.
I want to just add this too: is that the notification specifically said because there have been reports of you selling firearms parts, and ammunition. None of the above they have ever done, and it said there were reports.
And very likely this was, NBC / what is the Bloomberg agency?
Everytown.
Mom's Demand, Everytown. Mom Demands, Everytown, yeah. So Everytown / NBC probably came after that.
And we'll talk about how this may have bled on to other people that are on the panel right now. But go ahead.
Yeah. So then Erica opened a new PayPal account, or she used her personal PayPal account, hooked that up to Shopify because a lot of people pay with PayPal. And within like a day, that got banned because of copyright infringement. There's no copyright to be infringed. She's not selling merch.
They designed all that stuff.
Yeah, that's their merch, their designs. They have the copyright for everything they're selling. Period. Boom. Done. So then YouTube says, oh my gosh, we don't like your content for 90 days. Have a vacation. We're not going to pay.
And that was within 3 days of the second PayPal being shut down.
Yeah.
She was demonetized completely.
Yeah. And
now
then,
they may never give her monetization back, but for at least on YouTube, if for at least 90 days, she'll be demonetized at
so what
best case scenario.
Yeah, so what came out yesterday, actually the first place I saw it was Langley Outdoors. Actually, Dark saw it and shared it with us. So Langley Outdoors Academy uh, read a NBC article, and the NBC article basically said, um, like, because every town and NBC contacted YouTube to say these convicted felons, Larry Vickers and Matt Hoover, still have YouTube channels. How can that be?
Hmm.
And so they demonetized those YouTube channels. Now, didn't somebody send Erica like a big super chat, like a huge mofo super chat?
Like within 24 hours of that, she had received a $500 super chat.
That's like, God bless anybody that can throw money like that around. That's
That's huge.
so. What I'm saying, and first off, let me get the elephant out of the room, and that's not a fat joke. That's absolutely not a fat joke.
Can I leave?
So Big Josh, who's now Medium Josh, uh, was supposed to be here. He's got issues with work, running late. He may not make the show. I'm like, he asked for another slot this week. I'm actually busy. We for the first time in forever have like a full calendar this week. So we got some great guests coming on. What tomorrow, a guest you haven't seen before. Wednesday, a guest you have seen before, and Thursday, a guest you can't see for reasons.
That is correct, CNT, and we're going to get to that in a minute.
So yeah, so Josh Courtney may be joining us, of Josh Black Diamond Guns and Gear. He wanted to pimp his new site Fat Tack, which I
Yeah.
think he's doing the brand wrong, but we can talk about that because
What do you mean?
Josh is quickly not fat
I
or
mean, he's still a
becoming
big
less fat.
he's still a big dude.
So he wanted to pimp Fat Tack, and Fat Tack doesn't sell anything that goes bang or anything. It's just products, merch, stuff.
Yep. Dope holsters, blue alpha belts, armor, you know, really the merch is super creative. The taco shirt, the hot dog shirt, like go to Fat Tech, go to the website. It's really cool. And knowing
Oh,
that it's like one of the boys, that's even cooler.
and I got to say, so I'm dropping. Definitely give Send Go. There's no F around, find out. There's nothing like that going on. Give Send Go is 100% the best company.
It's a long story. Arthur, I got that Arthur-itis. That's great.
So yeah, we've had multiple group calls. I would say three ways, but then that would make it sound inappropriate.
Yeah, we've done lots of three ways.
I wouldn't want to say a three-way call because that would just sound, especially with a screen name like Sugar Tits. I hate saying Sugar Tits because it just sounds rude. I'd rather say Erica
it does,
or
but then
Mrs.
I don't
CRS.
know who you're talking about, so.
So, um, so yeah, we're talking about arthritis, and she says arthritis.
Mm-hmm. And realtor.
And so that was the joke. So we went through all of the Midwest vocabulary words that people say different, like in Minnesota, like they say roof or
Roof.
rough
Get off the
instead
roof.
of roof.
You gonna fall off the roof.
And a tree's held into the ground by roots.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
So anyhow, back to the story here. So NBC, I would drop the link, but I don't want to get them any more press. So they did a story on Larry Vickers and Matt Hoover that they're felons. They have YouTube channels and they're still profiting from them. WTF? Now, the thing is, Dark, how do you know I'm profiting on my YouTube channel, that I have monetization or not?
Well, usually you use ridiculously inaccurate things like Social Blade, and other
Which Social
means.
Blade has no clue.
Absolutely no clue.
No clue. If you ever look at Social Blade and think that's like, oh my gosh, that's what they're making. Oh
No,
my gosh, it
no,
is
completely inaccurate.
but that doesn't know whether you've been monetized or not. That's telling you what the potential revenue from the channel could be based on how you by watch minutes, etc. They're just running that,
Yeah.
but there's nothing that other than ad pre-rolls. That's the only way to know if somebody's monetized. That if you click on their YouTube video, just like this live stream, hopefully it's monetized. On my end, on Crump's end, that
Well,
there's a pre-roll.
you didn't have my name in the title, so you should be okay.
Ooh,
Because
ouch!
yeah, my name on YouTube, they don't like me,
You're
which is
radioactive.
so interestingly enough, with what we're talking about here, Erica, Mrs. CRS or Sugar Tits, um, she gets hit by PayPal first time, right? Now it didn't say CRS firearms, it didn't say right? They ban her for selling firearms parts, and ammunition, which is absolutely absurd. Second time, uh, it's a different account in her name. She links to her Shopify store, which is, at least 50% of her income. I'd say probably most of her income, and YouTube is the other. So then they ban that one for bullshit reasons, copyright. And then she gets 3 days later, gets demonetized on YouTube. But we found out while I was doing a live stream, Coop
Oh yeah,
on
Coop. Yeah.
yeah, he on my live stream said like, "Whoa!" I remember I was telling a story, and he was like, "Yo, Dark. Like, sorry to interrupt, but I just got an email that said your channel membership for CRS Firearms has been that feature has been paused." And then other people in the chat were like, "Yeah, yo, like me too." So we spent like I hit her up, we FaceTimed with her, had her on, talked about it, discussed what was going on. She was clearly being attacked at that point. Okay. Now, as I'm discussing how terrible it is that these things are happening, I'm sitting here telling everyone she's being attacked. They attacked her on PayPal twice, they attacked her on YouTube. My stream gets struck down. It gets taken off the air as I'm sympathizing with Mrs. CRS. Okay. They take that stream down, and I'm like, man, it's probably unrelated, right? Like it can't be that nefarious or malicious. Well, 3 days later, I get a notification that DLD hardware has been shut down and can no longer accept payments. Yes, my store, DLD Hardware, was shut down and will no longer accept payments. Now, this is
Wah,
something that
wah,
I've been doing
wah.
for a year and a half that has I've done thousands and thousands, nearly 5,000 transactions on Shopify. And they just yesterday decided, oh, let's just go ahead and shut them down. And then, we found out what Rich was just talking about. Yesterday evening, we saw that Langley Outdoors had posted a video and had referenced an article from NBC, and that's where Rich left off. Sorry, you can go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I mean it really. First off, what we all know this, and I'm just kind of outing my frustration. I, Dark and I have. Well, I don't have a job. I was going to say I did have a job,
It's awesome.
um, but that may be soon remedied in a permanent basis. Dark has his online business.
Which is currently
Uh,
how I make like at least 85% of my income.
Erica is, knocking it out of the park, doing the videos. She's editing, she's doing the thumbnails, she's working very hard. She was doing, I think, more than 3 videos a week. She was like on a total F and roll
Hmm.
and killing it. I mean, I'm very proud of her about all of the
Yeah.
hard work. She never wanted to be in front of the camera. She never wanted to do any of this. And she is totally killing it.
Dude, I
And
honestly I wasn't even able to keep up with all of her videos.
mhm, mhm.
Like she was putting them out quick.
Yeah, so she's working it hard, and she's the one literally when you buy one of these, patches from the merch store, she's
Hmm.
putting it in an envelope and sending it out to you.
Yeah.
She's doing all of the work. She's killing it. And here's somebody, she's look, if we can help her, God bless us, like that. that if we're able to go to Give, Send, Go and contribute, and I did drop the link, I'll drop it again. If we can contribute something towards her, that's wonderful. And you can do it on an ongoing basis. You can do it monthly or whatever. And I'm not asking, I am asking if you can contribute, but if you're in a hard place, just share the 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 link, and maybe other people can contribute. But she's trying to do it on her own. I don't know if you know Matthew and if you know Erica, they don't want a handout. They don't want to be resorting to that. She wants to earn her income on YouTube and sell merch and fulfill, make a little bit of money by selling the merch. And this
Yeah.
this is just as so it's while it is CRS Firearms channel and it's monetized, and yes, CRS Firearms is, believe it or not, a convicted felon for selling a card. Not, I'm sorry, he didn't sell. He advertised
Yeah.
a product that he asked his ATF agent if it was okay and legit, and that he was told yes. Nothing in
Rich,
paper.
why would you ever support a convicted felon?
Convicted felon? Well, because I think the court system, unfortunately, I grew up believing all adults and everybody on TV and politicians all told the truth. And
Yeah.
then I realized, holy cow, this ain't
I
right.
just I just want to say that because I could never even begin to imagine what type of soft, squishy excuse for a man would ever say something like that.
You mean that why would you support a convicted felon? Like a quote like that?
Yeah, why specifically would you
I
support him being a convicted felon? Like
mhm.
that is some vaginal stuff to say.
Well, the what I have to say about that is when you look at cases, look at the Trump case. Josh just said he'll make it by 5:30.
Oh,
Look at the
nice.
Trump case or multiple Trump case in New York City. Some woman says she remembers being raped by Trump, but never did anything about it till now.
Mm.
Doesn't
Yeah,
remember where it happened, how it happened, when it happened, what year it happened, but she remembers it happened. And the court's like, yeah, give her, 20, $30 million, whatever. And just
yep.
this past week, they said Trump in hand to God, don't please understand. I don't like Nancy Pelosi. I don't like Paul Pelosi. I think they're evil, bad people. But if they fraudulently filled out a form for a loan, and I don't care what it was, and paid every last dime, did make a late payment, didn't hinder anyone, and there was zero victim of that, I don't care.
Yep.
I don't. But what they went after Trump in New York, and they like, oh yeah, he has to pay $347 million fine and can't do business in New York for 3 years.
But that's the
It's
thing, like the things that they are going after people that think like us, right? I'll use that very
well, they
loosely.
they completely made up a crime. They said
Yeah.
he overvalued his property that he got a loan on. Well, you know what happens? Like, Dark, do you know anything about real estate and getting a loan? I mean, on property?
I mean, I know
Like
a little
it
about a little.
it gets appraised,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's comparables. They're like, well, this property, this property, this property are the same square footage in the same neighborhood in the same condition, and they went for $500,000. So your property must be worth $500,000.
But
Now,
guess what type of places in the United States are nearly impossible to truly use the comp model?
beachfront property in Palm Beach,
Yeah.
proper Palm Beach, not like Palm Beach. I live in Palm Beach County in the woods with the rednecks.
And where's Trump Tower?
Well, not Trump Tower. We're talking about Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying, like
yeah.
so
Oh,
there's
in Trump Tower, New York City. Are you
beachfront
crazy?
property, New
Uh,
York property, LA property. There are certain
yeah,
places throughout the United States where you can't even use a comp model. It's market price, whatever people will
yeah,
pay.
yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with what he did. Even if he had just gotten an appraisal and then wrote off to see, but this is the shit. It doesn't even matter,
But
right? This is complete
they're
inconsequential.
this is the Soviet model. They're finding the man and then finding the crime. His bank didn't say, He screwed us out of millions of dollars. I'm filing an ethics complaint or something complaint. No, they're like, yeah, he paid everything on time.
Yeah.
There were no issues with that loan. The bank testified that there was no issue and they saw no issue with the valuation of the property.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But that's my point. Just to add really quickly is like the things that they try to do to us, the things that they think about. Oh, those people think that way, so they need to be canceled. They need to be ruined. They need to
Hmm.
be drained.
Hmm.
We would never think that way about them, right? Like I could never sit there and be like, "Oh, that person thinks this way. We need to just eliminate them. We need to take their life from them." And it's funny because
All right.
Agorizer, one of our, viewers, he's been a viewer of all of ours for a long time. I hit him up and I said, "Hey, Shopify shut down DLD hardware." I was like, "Bro, they are attacking me from all angles." He responded, and you know what he said? I literally cracked a smile before we went live here because he said, "They are thrashing like a dying fish. You are scaring them with winning the two-way fight."
Amen, brother. Amen. And that's what I say about like the 2A boys tactical Mia. There
Mhm,
is nothing more threatening than a child handling an AR-15 and proficiently, skillfully, and safely using
mhm.
it. It is no longer this weapon of war. It destroys their narrative.
I just gotta
And
say that you, Agorizer, you inspired me right there because you can ask Rich, ask anyone. Like I was in a serious funk all day. I literally opted to mess with live high voltage wires today instead of dealing with my store. Okay. And by the way, Rich, that was not 5 volts, that was 16.
yeah, yeah, I told you it could be up to 30 volts AC.
Okay, maybe 16 to 24, it said.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I thank you for inspiring me and
And
keeping me
and
away
that
from
that's
high voltage.
the I don't I don't know what to say to people. Erica was getting down, and I said, "This is what they want.
Yep.
They want you to feel defeated. They want you to be unhappy. Like if if somebody did something wrong,
They're just mad because they can't take. Dang, what? 30 will kill you. What?
yeah, if it's a man, he's making a joke. He's making a joke.
I
Nobody's
don't
ever
know.
died by
That
30
looks pretty
volts.
serious right there. What he said.
Nah, he's making a
Dude,
joke.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be more careful
First
when
off,
fiddling with
what
doorbells.
kind of critical analysis are you taking from somebody that's a sandwich chef?
Dude, that's a serious job. He's a sandwich artist, okay?
They got to come up with a better name for that. Like, what do they call people that pour your coffee at these fancy places? Like, they charge too much and it tastes like burnt stuff.
30 volts AC will bite the crap out of you. I could deal with a bite. Oh, he said, "Yeah, comedy channel only." I've shocked myself with a TIG welder. Ooh, grinding myself out. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
Dang.
Meg. Yeah, that that's some serious amperage. So that's enough to melt metal.
Amps kill and the federal government. Yes, yes. More beta. What's up, brother? I knew someone
So
who passed on 24. Oh, dude, come
oh
on,
no, he
man.
had to have an issue. He had to have like a low voltage heart, whatever, pacemaker.
Pacemaker.
It must have been on the last volt, and it's like
Come on,
that was
come
it.
on. It was like that movie. I'm sorry. Let me stop. We're talking about a real human being. I'm sorry, more
Yeah,
beta Prince. I was about to make it crank
it's
too
not the
high
voltage, it's
voltage,
the
but
amperage. That is correct. But so here's what I'm saying. So one, in New York State, they made two incredibly bad. No, nobody's ever been prosecuted for these things before. They're pulling things out of their butt to go after Trump on. And so if you say, why would I support Matt Hoover? He's a convicted felon. Sometimes, believe it or not, courts make mistakes. Just like the
of
Supreme
course.
Court saying, what is it? Black people are property, and confirming that.
They did indeed say that. Did you know 1 out of every 9 death row inmates is released?
Whoa, whoa,
1
that's
out
a
of every
crazy
9.
statistic.
I'm sorry, and let me say, so I believe it was over the last 100 years, 1 out of every 9 death row inmates were released. Okay, released from prison,
Not just like
not just
they get
taken off of
life.
death row, like released from prison. Okay. So do we think that our justice system is flawed? Absolutely. I don't care if somebody is a convicted felon. I don't care because not only is our system flawed, I don't care if they're a felon. They still are given natural rights by their God, which means they're able to exercise those rights. Man can't take what man didn't give.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I
So
have such extreme views that I should be canceled on YouTube and my store should be shut down.
it, it's amazing to me. So let me just say this: like, I think Joe Biden is a criminal. When he was competent, not in the last 3 4 years, when he was competent over the 50 years that he's been serving in public office as a senator, he walked out of a skiff. Now, I've never been in a skiff. I don't know anything about it, but I know people who slept at a Holiday Inn.
I know.
And
Every single morning I wake up with a skiffy. Sorry. Oh,
so
so stupid.
if you are in possession, not that you intended to possess, intended to, if you are in possession of something you took out of a skiff, even if this was what was in the skiff,
That could have
if
made its
you're
way into a skiff.
in possession of something like that that was in a skiff and you walked out with it, that is a crime.
Yeah.
Period. There's
It
no
if it's
and
in your Corvette
or in the pile
garage.
of garbage next to your Corvette
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the
And then
garage.
going after someone else for the same exact thing.
Now, the difference is a president, by
Mhm.
merely thinking it, can declassify a document.
Yeah, this
You
is
could
true.
say, this is now declassified. I'm going to take it home with me.
I'm bothered that you haven't stuck that on something. Don't you have, like, something you want to sticker bomb or something like that?
Actually, yeah, I probably ought to do up my cases, but I don't know what I'm going to. I mean, I've been at your house like 17 times in the last couple of weeks. I probably should have
Yeah.
just ran and grabbed a fistful so I didn't have just two.
I mean, I've gone through, like, 3 orders of stickers over the last 3 times that you've been over.
So what I'm saying is, if Joe Biden was put in jail, a convicted felon, or any of these people who I don't necessarily like were put, I wouldn't support making his wife bankrupt. Like, if Jill Biden wrote a book about my life with Joe Biden, I wouldn't support taking that revenue or income stream away from her and bankrupting her, or Hunter Biden.
Facts.
Like, let's just say Hunter Biden goes to jail on the 4473. It's a federal offense. It's a felony. The ATF should be kicking in his door right now. And if he writes a book later about it, I'm like, fine, that's your business.
What
You
if
know,
he even
whatever.
starts a YouTube channel?
Yeah, whatever. That's your
Dude,
business. I don't care.
like other people have said, there are people that have literally made prison YouTube channels where they are convicted and that's again, I don't
I don't know why
personally
that used
care.
to come up in my stream. It's like, the Chomo. Well, that guy did last 10 minutes of this show.
Yeah, yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, it is extremely popular, and I think people have serious curiosity about about prisons, but we're talking about people that were convicted of felonious, of felonies, and then went in and did prison time, and then got out, and then they were able to make a business online using YouTube and other platforms of social media to create something. One thing we didn't touch on, which I think is really important, what YouTube and NBC came together on was that they said that YouTube needs to hold their content creators accountable for on and off platform activities, meaning that YouTube can now cancel you and your channel and anything and everything about what you do because of something that you do off of the platform. If I go punch a puppy in the face and somebody takes a picture of it, they could nuke my channel because I mean, who punches puppies, right? But I'm just saying, if I eat a puppy for dinner, then they could say that he's a puppy eater, so he can't. That's just a bad example, but you know what I mean, right? If I do something that they don't like, they could just can my channel for off-platform behavior. Which, having a company where you've sold almost 5,000, not items, where you've shipped nearly 5,000 packages, and every single one of those packages said F the ATF, that could result in you being canceled. I'm just saying. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just salty. I'm pissed because it is happening to Erica, to Mrs. CRS, like as if that family
And
wasn't punished enough.
I don't even
And I'm
like
pissed it's
Erica. I just
happening to
like her
me.
kids. I want to make sure they have cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, so Gibson Go, guys, if you can, anything, any little amount, big amount, whatever. Erica says, why can't I see the comments?
Because you need to change it from
Oh,
top.
is she watching on my channel or Crump's channel? It depends on what channel you're watching on.
Yeah, watch it on Crump's channel because that's where most of the people are usually.
So, in case you're wondering, and I don't mean to get up in Erica's business, Erica's and Matt's business, but Erica did take the kids and visited Matt this weekend. So they got to go to Illinois. It's a couple hours away, and so they did that. And I think they had Cheesecake Factory on their way home, so that's why they had cheesecake.
If you hit the like, Dark will eat a puppy for dinner. Yeah.
No, it might be an animal cracker puppy, but
We're over here. Oh, are you on my channel? Oh, on Crump's channel. Ah, okay.
So
There
yeah, you could be. I mean, people were going out to Twitter. Hey, we got Josh. Josh is coming in hot.
Yeah,
Josh,
wait.
wave if you're ready.
Thumbs
He
up.
gave me the thumbs up.
It's the sign.
Boom.
Yo.
What's up, player? Man, look at that
Oh.
delightful workbench in the background. What an excellent job. Whoever built that should be so happy.
That would be my mom's boyfriend, actually.
Are you serious?
So wait.
Yeah, that's serious.
Oh, I literally thought it was you.
No.
Oh no. I mean, I helped him, but I did not.
I mean, in that case, it's decent,
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
funny thing
I gotta.
is that it happened on Thanksgiving, right? And I walked in there and I was like, "Hey, man, I got a really good idea. I got a project for us to do." He's all about building stuff. Like he's totally a builder guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Hey, man, I got an idea. I want to do something for an extra, like something in my room, so I can work on stuff or whatever." I was like, "I got an idea for a workbench. Wants to be like this, so big and so tall." I was like, just whenever we get a chance. And he was like, "Okay." That was like at 12 in the afternoon, and then I came back over for dinner at like 1, and he was like, "Oh," so after we got done eating, he was like, "You wanna build that workbench?" And I was like right now? It's Thanksgiving. And he was like, "Yeah, we're all done eating. Let's go ahead and throw it together."
Dang.
So he threw
I'm too busy laying on my back afterwards. What are you talking about?
He threw
Dude,
it together in like an hour and a half. And
I got some.
Wait, did you get stapled pre-Thanksgiving or post-Thanksgiving?
Pre.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna throw you under the bus, man. I don't know how. What do you have to do with this company and why? And I think you're not a good representative. I'm just saying.
He's saying you're not large enough.
Yeah. Well, I was large enough. No. So back when the guy that is putting it on, he is we've been talking about it for a long time. His name is also Josh. And
well, hold on. I'm calling BS. There aren't that many Joshes. It's
in Tennessee. I guess it's in the water. I don't know. But we've been talking about it for a long time. I was like, I've I like these kind of holsters and stuff, and I was like, man, it'd be awesome if there was a site that had everything for larger people. Because first of all, it's hard to find things when you're a larger guy. Like I've had companies, give us stuff to do stuff with. I mean, as y'all know that, and honestly, like I've gotten stuff like I had Caddy Armor plates, and I'm not slacking on Caddy Armor, like they're awesome, or CATI Armor or whatever they're called. They gave them to us. They're awesome plates. They're AR-500 plates, but they literally looked like a bib when I put them on.
Like
Because
a lobster bib, right?
yeah, because I'm so big, and I was like, dude, I wish I could find a place that had like large plates, like extra large plates, and so we kind of moved it around, talked to different companies and stuff, and Prime Armor was like, we can do that. We can do whatever size you want. And I was like, that's pretty awesome. And so we started tinkering around with the idea of if we could get plates that are extra large, what else can we find that's extra large? So we started talking around and moving around a bunch of stuff. Blue Alpha does any sizes on their belts, any size at all you want. You can literally do a custom size up to anything. I think they told us that they've done like 74 before. And I was like, that's a big old belt. But so we started toying around with the idea, or he did, and I, was influencing that decision because I was bigger than he was, and I was like, hey man, if we could find everything in one site, that'd be awesome. He was like, I mean, I can do that. I can put it together. I run 3 websites for a car company. He was like, so let me just build the site, and you get all your influencer people, put your influence on it, and I'll make it happen. And I was like, okay. So he's like, all you got to do is just tell people about it. He's like, you got the YouTube channel. He's like, just tell them what we got, and we should be good.
If you build it, they will come.
So that's what it is. That's what it's been. Basically, he put it together, and I'm telling people about it.
I thought it was only for brothels.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling people about it, and they're coming to buy it. So that's what it is.
Cool.
Rich, so proud of himself over that joke. He's like, yeah, I did it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to put that in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. He's been waiting.
Yeah. But no, so it's not my company. I don't own it. He owns it. He runs the whole thing. I just tell people about it. I'm just doing the marketing side of it, basically. So
it's awesome, man.
All right. So did you and little Josh break up? Because that's
absolutely. No.
How would we know?
We actually just talked about this. If you watch DLD After Dark from time to time,
I would have to watch DLD After Dark.
Yeah, you'll know that we just had this conversation. But yeah, go ahead, Mr. Josh.
It's we've been a working partnership for 7 years, and we've always just had great chemistry and worked well together on camera, and we've grown up over the past 7 years, and I had a child. He adopted a child, and he kind of had a little bit bigger circumstance than I did because he adopted a 6-year-old. He went right into an older child, so it's definitely a learning curve for him, and it was a situation where he kind of like, I hate putting their business out there, but basically he had to step in and take care of this for the sake of the child, for part of the family. And so that's what he's doing, and he pretty much doesn't really have a whole lot of time for a lot of other things. And I was like, well, you do what you got to do, man. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm of course, we've been doing this for 7 years. I'm not going to let it die. So I'm going to keep it up, and you just come back whenever you can. And so that's what's happening.
Maybe one day.
How do we know this is true? Is Josh? I think it would be funny if little Josh released a video, like a hostage
video. Yeah. And make him look like he's reading like a piece of paper, like, I promise I am not being held against my will. Oh!
That's a good idea. That is a really good idea. Yeah, we may do that.
So does that mean 7/6 Tuesday you're not doing that, or how's that going?
We haven't been.
He's too busy getting over 2 million views, bro. Have you seen his shit taking off?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I gotta say, I am thrilled for you, man. It's funny because like we're over here in this corner, like we're all getting canceled on YouTube, and Josh is like, like to the moon.
And that's the whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm poo-pooing. I'm like down in the dumps about YouTube. I'm not getting. I haven't posted. I've got content to post. I haven't even posted. I just been whatever.
Yeah, but when our people
but
win, we got to celebrate with them, you know.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm like, hey, don't get me wrong. If I was killing it on YouTube, be like, yeah, YouTube. I'm not. So, but yeah, frick yeah. Anybody that does good, I'm so happy.
I figured it out that before that happened, before that short went up and went up, and it honestly it happened at the right short because that was the short that basically pushed the website. But
Yeah.
before that happened, I noticed that like because Josh was starting to like not come around as much and stuff, like I wasn't doing content as much. So we were doing like a video like once every couple of months. Like it wasn't a whole lot. And it was just whenever I could post it. But before then, I was like, you know what? If I'm not going to let this die, I'm going to have to start posting some stuff. And we have heard from our viewers like forever. I don't care what it is, just post it. I don't care what you put up, just post it. I don't care. And so I was in the same boat. Like I was not getting views. Like, I mean, we had videos after videos that were getting maybe 300 or 400 views. Like it was not a good time. And to me, like I like making long form videos. I like shorts are cool and everything and they get views, but I like making long form content. Like it's more fun to me that way. I think everybody's like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the attention span is so small on YouTube. It is that TikTok mentality. So it's so short that you can't depend on people to watch that unless you got your like core people that watch your stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. There is a core. I mean, and a lot of the people in the chat right now are the core audience.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot of the people actually are more core dark than core rich, but I do see a lot of people here.
I mean, could you imagine like if every single person that watched your content stayed for an hour?
Dude, it'd be awesome.
That's actually my current analytics.
Yeah,
but that's because I got those block
yeah.
solid people, like dark sounds highly annoying. Yeah, I mean it's it's a very different scale,
So, Josh, do you know what highly annoying is? There's two fun things about dark that have nothing to do with them, almost. But Dark did a video. You know how when you do a short, you can use the audio from that short?
Yeah.
Well, pretty much Flying Rich Firearms channel was built on Dark's highly annoying, stealing the audio, and just that I would get 20,000 views on that. In the original, Dark did two highly annoying videos, and I think he got like 15,000 views on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would regularly get.
I think on two of them I got 15,000 views.
I would regularly get like 20,000 views by stealing Dark's audio, tagging him, doing highly.
And people would be like compliment, like, bro, I so agree. I did this video, right, where I was like, I posted and I was being kind of funny, like almost clickbaity.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude, I try to make clickbait on everything.
Yeah, see, I don't.
And people get real mad about it, but it's like,
what they light up the comments.
My last live video I titled clickbait.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I put Glock 17, the hard truth. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the video, I'm showing off a Glock 17 actually that I built. And it was like one of I think it was my actual first polymer 80 that I ever built too. It's got like genital warts from stippling, it's terrible. And the holes are bored out, definitely all the wrong, yeah, it's trash. Anyway, I mean, it still looks all right, but I posted and I was like, you know what I find highly annoying? It actually sounds weird to say it now, but I was like, you know what I find highly annoying? When people post these shorts holding guns and they're just in the background breathing like and their nose starts whistling and shit. Like I was like, I hate it, right?
Dude, that was me. That was totally me.
Dude, it's everyone. People dudes are in like the passenger seat of a car holding a Taurus 38 with sandals with socks on, and you just hear
yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Mine is like
like he may have actually fallen asleep. Oh my god, he's got sandals with socks. Cue the music
right now. I just took a dump.
Yeah, so I mean, it naturally, Rich was like, "What a great opportunity to not have to create content while creating content."
Yeah.
So
I'm
last
talking
year,
hundreds of these. Like I was on. Okay, I was on the phone with him. I'm sorry, Rich. I was on the phone with him, and I stopped paying attention. He was like tagging me in all of them. I just stopped paying attention. I went through his channel, and it was like, you know what I've, you know what I've, you know what I've, you know what I've. I mean, every single one, and it was like, dude, this is getting to be like highly annoying. You know? Yeah. Sorry.
this is the Baba Booey of.
You ever
But,
use
but
Opus or what's it called? It's like an AI generated short thing.
Mm-mm.
no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Opus, it's like OUPOS or OUPUS or something like that. You can look it up. It's basically like a site where you basically sign. You can sign up for like a free trial, and you'll get like an hour's worth of different clips, and you just basically plug in whatever video that you want to use that you want to get clips off of, and it will cut down a clip with AI and give you captions and everything.
Oh, no way.
Within like 10 minutes, and you have like I think it's like 15 to 20 different clips that you can use, and they're all different.
Dude, I never heard of that. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like Opus. I just typed it in Opus AI company.
You know,
Just
Rich.
want to say hey to Bob Putang.
Hey, Putang Bob. Good to see you, brother.
Use it, man. It's awesome. I use it all the time. Well, not all the time. I've used it a couple times.
I don't know. I think I deleted most of my highly annoying videos. I think I deleted.
So you only have like 100 left.
I don't even know. I mean, I would have to go back and look, but please literally so 2023 SHOT Show Dark was there, unlike this year, but nobody noticed.
Yeah, no one.
Which I'm now running a series of shorts of famous YouTubers saying, "Where's DLD After Dark?" How come he's not here?"
You put work into that though. Like I admire that. You put work into that. You actually had to go up to people and ask people, strangers, some even strangers that you didn't know, and say, "Hey, there's this dude that didn't show up. Can you make a video saying
yes?
Why didn't you show up?" I mean, basically, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got Bob Putang in there. I'm like, I know I got Jordan.
I saw was Clint from
Classic Fire. And actually, Crump and I were at the Classic Firearms party. And Dark was doing a live, so it's Saturday night, and Crump has Dark's StreamYard connection. I'm like, cut into his StreamYard right now, because we're like standing there with Clint, and it's like, hey Clint, say hi to Dark. It's like, hi.
That's dude, funny. It was perfect. I didn't even know that he couldn't hear me, and it looked like we were having a conversation. Like you couldn't have so told me that it was. Honestly, it was good for real. Out of like all the like gunfluencers, Clint, I would say Clint is like kind of become like not like a friend, right? But like he's a really good dude. He's
been on the channel, right? Or he's been on the show, right?
Yeah. He actually was supposed to come back on like a month or so ago, but he's got new twins and he's got a lot going on, and he was just like, dude, I gotta reschedule with you. I can't, and I don't want to like let you down again. So we'll do another date. So yeah. So I just cried a little bit.
I want to start doing 7/6 Tuesday as a live show. I think that would be really cool.
Dude, how dope would it be if like me and you did one together?
I'm down. That's what I was telling you. Like if we could do it, but before I was talking about like once a month, but if we could do like it once a week, that'd be awesome. And I would use it as the podcast.
Yeah.
That was current or prior. I would totally use it as the same and put it up on the same platforms as I would put it back up on.
And I love doing a live show. I love live YouTube. I love live videos because
here we go. This is Rich inviting himself. But I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
After you invited yourself. No.
We've already talked about it before. It was why I was kind of
the live format.
I like the live.
I just love.
I agree. I just it's very hard to have a like you have to do it kind of like how you have yours. It has to be centered around being a live show. You can't have live show and videos that you do on long form on the same thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know why. It just doesn't. Apparently it brings down your analytics when you have a live show that doesn't.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's so funny. Like everybody that's big in the GunTube area tells Dark that live kills your channel. That
Yeah,
live
he's like,
videos.
dude, I don't want to say who I was talking to. There's been
Number
a
of
few
people.
people that I've spoken
Mhm.
with that are like literally professional gun tubers, right? And they're like, dude, you are so good at what you do. Stop it. Like, stop
I
doing
told
that.
you a long time ago you should put it up as a podcast. I don't know why you don't use the audio as a podcast.
I honestly, you want to know the truth?
Hmm.
I'll give it to you raw. Sorry, that sounded really bad.
Give it to me raw.
Here's the truth. The truth is that my storage maxed out on StreamYard, so I stopped recording.
Oh,
So
just
delete shit.
I know. All I got to do, but then I would have to
Download
delete
it.
the Omegle
Download it.
trip that Rich and I went on, and oh man, that was so good.
There you go.
Hmm.
Just there.
Hmm.
2 terabyte
Storage.
thing just stored on there.
I know. It's
Storage?
pure laziness. That's all that it is.
That's
Pure
2
laziness.
terabytes also.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, no, there's no actual excuse. I was just saying that I'm lazy, but I would need to know, like, the people in here right now would need to tell us, like, I would absolutely love to see DLD and Black Diamond Guns and Gear and even Flying Rich and I would love to see you guys on 7/6 Tuesday, but I don't know. They would need to like type like 7 in
We're
chat or something like that.
we're running late. I want to show something to you guys, Dark. I think you've seen this. Josh, I don't think you've seen this. This excites me to no end.
Is it all the exciting stuff at Fat Tack? Did you know you can get armor at Fat Tack? Did you know you could get blue alpha belts?
Yeah.
Fat Tack holsters.
Is it 3D printed?
Yeah, yeah. It's squirted. You can't say the P word.
Yeah. It is indeed exactly what you're thinking. That crank butt.
A 5.56 Gatling gun with 3D printed links, disintegrating links, or whatever you call it. So I saw this the other night. There's an open beta. I'm like, oh, I want to start printing now.
Yes.
That's pretty
Yes.
Who's doing that?
I will be on the 24th. That's what I gotta say.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude. Just a minute. Waka 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 waka. Bro.
That's rad.
Carbon fiber nylon, dude.
Wow.
Everything nylon.
So this guy Nopal, I have no idea who he is.
Nopal has done a lot of stuff, dude. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with, like, I don't know who knows him. Like I've been reaching out. I almost said I was reaching around. I've been reaching out to other 3D printers to see, like, I'm like, I just want the specs so I can order the barrels.
That's pretty awesome.
Dude, you could even do like a bunch of like 10.3 inch or you could do 7.5. You could make a tiny little handheld minigun. What? Dude.
That'd be awesome.
It's so awesome.
How much
And we'll have to put a Gideon optic on it.
How much time would that take?
I got 2 bamboo printers and 2 other printers. I could manufacture the F out of that.
Yes. I'm thinking in 5 business days, you could have that completely up and running.
I could manufacture the F out of that.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, everyone said, yes, 7, just do it.
Yeah.
The Dark Flying Diamond podcast. What Johnny said.
Dark Flying Diamond.
Yeah,
no, I mean, I really do. I would love to start it up again.
Dude, that'd be fire.
It would be cool to have some like fresh faces on there too.
I love fresh faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's been asking for it. I mean, honestly, like on comments and stuff like that, I've seen on my that emails, all that crap. So
Yeah,
it needs to happen again. Honestly, I've just been taking a step back because just stuff.
everything.
Yeah,
Dude, I feel you. There's been a lot going on with everybody.
yeah. But I also want to put this out there. So North Coast Tactical is still making holsters, and North Coast Tactical is still making the tuck holsters, and they're
Mhm.
awesome. And I still use them. I recommend them because they have awesome customization on their holsters.
Yeah.
Fat Tack has their own holster, and the reason why is because, like I said, that was that guy's own company, and so he made his own holster. So there is the Fat Tack holster, which does the same thing as a North Coast Tactical tuck holster. It just
Mhm.
is its own brand, and so that's why we're pushing it like that. But yeah, they got
Yeah.
Blue Alpha belts, the Fat Tack holster, which is what's bringing everybody there, I guess. But we want to sell some of the other stuff too, because I mean that's not the only thing we have on the website.
Yeah.
I think we had over in the past. It's been open since Friday, this past Friday, and we've had over like 300 orders for holsters so far.
Dude,
Sweet.
the fact that like I asked Josh, I was like, "How's it going?" And I just get a screenshot, and he has emails of orders every 2 minute, like 2 minute intervals. I
It's
was like,
crazy.
"Dang,
Yeah,
it's awesome, man."
it's
That's
it's so funny because like if you get a notification on them, it's just like bling 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 bling.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it's awesome.
but it's
Good for
cool.
you,
We got
man.
Gideon Optics on there too, dude. I mean,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
got a crazy
Goom,
sell on them.
you're getting goom beams on there too.
Beam will be on there. I don't know when
Mm-hmm.
that's going to start, man. I was talking to him about it the other day. Josh was talking to Josh about it, and yeah, I actually we're giving away a rock. So whoever goes to Fat Tack and buys a Gideon Optic there this during this whole week, we're going to put everybody who bought one into a running to get a free one.
Nice.
So we're going to do it
Oh,
live on the
cool.
air, give it away. To whoever bought one, we're going to go give it out there.
That's awesome.
So
I'm actually.
it'll be a rock. So
Dang, what did you do to that sticker, Rich?
It was like, I don't know,
Oh, it was like caught in the corner of a box
somewhere.
or
It
something.
was like
we
on
got
my.
free shipping on Gideon Optics right now. By the way,
That's a good deal.
Ooh.
That's a
Yep.
good deal, dude. I'm also doing a little giveaway. If I can I pimp this real quick, just a
Sure.
second.
You pick whatever you want, Dark.
So, for anybody that has ever purchased any DLD merch, okay, whether it's stickers or a DLD beanie or hoodie or the GTF pillow or anything like that,
I haven't gotten my pillow yet.
Hey, do you have any
if
of those barrels left?
I do, I have one
Any threaded?
19 DLD barrel, not threaded. I just ordered 10 more. Every single person was like, "I want a 19 threaded." And I had already sold all like the night
Yep.
that I did the live stream, I
Gone.
didn't even get to upload them anywhere. They were all gone. I only had a few of them, but
Yeah.
I have
I didn't get one.
17 holsters. I didn't get one either. I have 17 barrels and a 19 barrel. Um but yeah, so anyone that has ever gotten anything like any DLD merch, if you post a picture of DLD merch with a gun, a build, gear, night vision, like anything, just make it a dope picture. What I'm gonna do is I already got like a dozen pictures, and all of the pictures that come in, I'm gonna put all of them up on a live stream. I'm gonna show them to everybody. Everyone is going to pick like the top five, 3 or 5, we'll see, finalists, and then the ones that are the finalists, everyone in the chat will vote on the dopest picture. Whatever is the dopest picture that wins gets first place. Second one gets second place. Third one gets third place, and so on and so on. And they're winning stuff like Gideon Optics. They're winning stuff like I got at least one OTF knife, maybe more, and also some medical gear and some other. It's going to be a hell of a giveaway, man. So I'm pumped about
Awesome.
that.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Well, I need to get one of those barrels anyway.
I'll make sure. I'll just charge cost and Richie Rich, if you want one too, I'll just charge cost. Agorizer, if you send them to my Instagram, then I can put them up. Most people have been sending them to my Instagram, so I could just do that. 3D printed FRT AK trigger. What? Is that a real thing?
Is it what?
A 3D printed FRT AK trigger. I saw the new Super Safe for MP5 lowers, like
Yeah.
not the AR one with the 3D printed MP5, like an actual Super Safety trigger for a regular MP5. That excited me. Dude, Hoffman is so smart.
That kid is so smart. You know,
Yeah.
I probably should be calling him a kid, but
Yeah. That man is so smart.
He looks like he's about 14.
It does. I know. It's crazy. Like, and
it's
he's,
because he doesn't wear shoes. That's why he looks so much younger.
yeah, stunts his
Stays
ground.
grounded. He stays grounded to the earth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Did you know the ATF, when they saw him at SHOT Show, they're like, "Oh, you're wearing shoes." They're like, "Oh crap, they know who I am."
Yeah, they watch your stuff for sure.
Wow.
That's why, like, yeah, man, fucking gay TF. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Okay, so I was actually going to talk about it. Hold on a second. Okay, I was going to talk about this the other on my channel the other day, but I'll do it here. So we live in a place we call Blount County, Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And recently we had a police officer who pulled. Well, he didn't pull a guy over. He had. It made national news. I'm sure people saw it.
Is this the Acorn?
No, that was actually in Florida.
Oh, that was a Florida man.
Yeah.
Hold on, that was real?
Yeah, totally.
Oh
real.
yeah, you didn't see the body cam video?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, I gotta. Okay,
But
sorry,
we had a police officer here who was involved in a traffic stop, and he was shot and killed. And so the reason why I bring it up is because I think that, you know, as people of freedom, you know, we completely believe in not step that. I think that most like
hold on, we lost you for a second. Sorry, go back. You said we completely believe in that, and then you broke up.
Oh, we completely believe in not trampling on our rights. Like that's 100% our motto, right? And like everybody has the right to everything, Second Amendment, First Amendment, all that stuff. And we do not want police officers that we do not want police officers that trample on those rights. And so I think that for the most part, people that are involved in Second Amendment type stuff, we support police, correct? I mean, that's just what we do because we believe in a moral society and a polite society, and that's the way you do that. You basically police society. But on the other hand, when it comes to ATF agents and people that are against freedom completely, that's something that we don't like. So
correct. Yeah.
Where do you draw the line when it comes to supporting police, but also not supporting them trampling on people's rights if they had to? You know what I'm saying?
This is a very interesting perspective. So I've struggled with this personally because somebody had broken it down to me and essentially walked me through all of these circumstances, like asking, like, okay, do you support this? No. 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 Then if you don't support, you know, the politicians, the edict, the this, the that, then wouldn't the mere existence of police be, and they made sense, right? Now I don't personally agree with it, but it made sense. It's a fine line between, like, I believe, so let's give the example of Angry Sarge, a guy that we know that is a police officer that literally, I mean, this guy is literally going around. He's it the risk of losing his job because he doesn't write enough tickets or arrest enough people. He's constantly informing people of their rights. They're like, here's my ID. He's like, no, you don't need to give me that right now. Don't give me that right. Like he's telling people, like, no, you know, like that.
Right.
Now we also have to understand how exceptionally rare that is too. So it's, I think for the most part, with the amount of information that's available to us today, for the most part, I believe that most police are at least okay. Some are good. And with that said, some are bad.
Yeah.
As
No, I
far as
agree.
ATF, 99.8% of them exist solely for the eradication of our rights. The reason I don't say 100% is because some of them understand and they see the tyranny, and they are actually literally working against their own agency.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Behind their
No,
agency's back.
they're working for their agency to make it good. So
Some,
two things I say
but
about
some
the
are
ATF.
informing, like they're
Yes,
informing for
yes,
investigative
to
journalists.
make the agency better
Maybe.
in our eyes.
So
No,
I
maybe.
agree. I agree with y'all 100%. That they're like it's that whole thing of like there's always a bad apple, right? And they're
Mhm,
not
mhm,
all of them
yes,
are bad,
There's
but they
bad
are some.
lifeguards.
absolutely.
There's bad
Right.
lifeguards. There's
And a
bad.
good cop can have a bad day. I
Yeah.
mean, just like I would not want to be judged on my worst moments.
Like
Sure.
that cop that fell asleep and woke up to the dude at his car like that recording him. He flipped out. He put hands on the dude,
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, that was wrong.
yeah. And I bet, you know what? The guy probably worked a double and he just picked it, like cleaned a dead baby off the street. Like
Could
you
have,
never know what they're going through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
for
know.
sure.
And that, like,
I come at it with a different perspective because
mhm,
in my life and my family, even like my dad, when he passed away, he was a sitting fire chief. Okay, so not a policeman, but
Mhm.
he was a first responder. He's been a first responder my entire life. I've grown up with him being a fire chief. I've grown up with him being in the fire department,
Mhm.
and family where I come from, that was just like that was what you did. It was such a small town
mhm,
that it was either coal mines or first responders. That
yeah,
was the
Mhm.
job that you did.
Wow.
There was nothing else really.
yeah,
So a lot of family members were first responders and stuff like that. When it comes to EMTs, when it comes to firefighters, mostly firefighters and EMTs, but some were police. And even extended family that were married into people they were all first responders. So it's like I know for a fact that first responders, whether it be EMT, firefighter, police, whatever, most of those guys out there put their best foot forward when it comes to being there for people on a daily basis, and I would say even coming to the rescue of people there on a daily basis,
mhm,
whether it be EMT, police, or whatever, firefighter, whatever. Because I mean, most of your structural fires are not really. Most of your structural fires are not even really a thing anymore. Like there's so many like safety precautions and stuff around there. There's not.
yeah,
Most of them run car wrecks and stuff. So where do you
Mhm. Mhm.
that's what they go to help. Like that, they're the first ones there, and they're the people to pull people out of cars. Like so, I have that aspect of me being around it my entire life and stuff, and knowing the people that actually do this, and knowing the people's lives that put their lives at stake doing that stuff. So I have tremendous respect for first responders. On the other hand, when it comes to a first responder that not really a first responder, but when it comes to people like the ATF agents and stuff that are basically trampling on your rights, or you have
Mhm.
people like that. Remember when Virginia, it was either Virginia or West Virginia, was going through the whole thing where they were trying to do like the assault weapons bans and stuff like that back in
mhm,
when Bloomberg put somebody in there or whatever.
yep,
And they had people in the Capitol, or not the Capitol, but in the whatever courtroom, whatever they're in. They were basically protesting against it, and the police were like pushing them out of the Capitol or pushing them out of the courtroom because they didn't want them to talk and stuff like that in the meeting.
yeah.
So
And
those
that was Virginia, and they also in that same meeting, the sheriff of Culpeper stood up and said, "If you pass this assault weapons ban and Leos are exempt, I will deputize every single person in my county."
Amen.
So you have some police that were basically going against their oath and pushing people back and being like, "It's my job. I have to keep you out of here," or whatever.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
So
the
you have
the
those guys that are
Nazis were just doing their job, pushing people in the oven.
right.
Yep.
You got those people that are just doing their job.
Yep.
So that's the kind of people we don't
Right.
agree with. Those are the kind of
Yeah.
people that we don't
I mean,
support.
you can't really get upset with them. I mean, they're just, taking orders, just following orders.
And just like
I'm
hopefully
just
this is
kidding. I'm
day
joking.
one
Sorry.
of the trucker boycott of New York City because of what they did to Trump.
Dude,
Yes.
I'm hoping.
I'll tell you what. I don't know what this means or what this is. Last night, I had some very bad dreams about New York, and I had no idea that any of that stuff was even going on. I'll talk about the dreams offline.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
know how
started
crazy my
seeing
dreams can get.
Yeah, because
yeah, I started
uh,
seeing videos about trucking companies and people that are truckers saying, "Yeah, I'm not taking stuff to New York.
not
Not
taking
happening."
loads from and to New York. Yeah,
Oh, they will be eating their neighbors within
yeah,
9 meals.
yeah. It could get bad, man.
Yeah.
But the reason why I was bringing it up is because we, like I said, we had a police officer that actually got shot and killed,
Oh
and
shoot!
yeah, he basically was a traffic stop. I'll send you all the link to the thing. It's the body cam footage was crazy. Like, so the family of the police officer was like, we want them people to see this because because the guy that was a shooter, he was a black guy, and the police officer was a white guy, and so obviously they're putting it against race. They're always like,
Hmm.
oh,
Hmm.
yeah, this is the reason why all this happened. So the family was like, we want everybody to see this video so we can see the lead up to everything that happened,
Hmm.
and so we want everybody to see it.
I would say it's
Wow.
probably, without seeing or knowing anything, it's probably more likely that a white officer would be scared to actually do their job, right? And they may have
Yeah.
overlooked certain things.
Mhm.
Right.
Like I've literally seen black dudes like walk out of a car and start putting both their hands in their pockets and like pulling up their pants and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I would have been leveled if I did that.
Yep.
Right. There was a kid. Y'all remember like 2 years ago? There was a kid in the hotel room. The dude
Yeah.
was pointing an AR at him. He had a
Mhm.
10.5 inch AR. And he was like, if you go to pull up your pants again, he's a kid,
Yeah.
wasted drunk, right? That he
Yeah.
was like, if you go to pull up your pants again, I am going to shoot you. And the
That's
cop asked
crazy.
him to do something, and he leaned up like this, and he said, "What?" and pulled up his pants. Dung, dung, dung.
Yeah.
Like,
The
or no, I think
thing
he was shot once, but still killed him.
the thing that happened there was so in this instance, um the guy that was in the car, I think that there's like a stigma from that to that, and when it comes to a lot of people, they don't know like what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So I think with all the recording and stuff that's going, like ever since like the Floyd incident and everything, like
Mhm.
everything is being recorded, everything. So they're trying to push back
Hmm.
on it.
Hmm.
But I think that what it is that they don't know what is actually law abiding and what's not. So apparently, just by watching like Donut Operator, he was talking about like Pims versus Mims or whatever, where it's like or
Penn
what
versus Mims. Yeah, Penn v.
yeah.
Mims.
So basically, if a cop tells you to get out of the car, regardless of what's going on,
Mhm.
it's a lawful statement. You have to get out of the car. Like
Lawful
it's
order. Yeah.
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 There's no ifs ands or buts about it.
It,
And
the,
everybody's like, I don't have to get out of the car. I can just refuse to search, or I can refuse this or refuse that. And you can refuse all you want, but if he has probable cause and
yeah.
tells you to get out of the car, you have to get out of the car.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there it
And so
depends. It
what I'm saying
depends
is I
on
think that they think like, well, I don't have to do this. This is not lawful for you to tell me to get out of the car. It's not lawful for you to search my car. If you ask me and I say no, you can't do it. Like that's not necessarily true.
yeah, it
None of
depends.
that's
99% of the time, if it's a traffic stop and they order you to get out of the car, depending on the reasoning, and look, fight it on the court. Don't fight it in court.
Yeah.
Don't fight
Yeah.
it on the
Don't fight it
street.
on
right.
the street.
Don't
Yeah.
Don't.
fight it on the street. You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
There's well, even if you do win, you lose.
Yeah.
You
That's
know.
And so what happened to this guy? Basically, he refused to get out of the car. And the lady sheriff that pulled him over, um, he was like, "Well, I'm not getting out of the car." And she's like, I smell marijuana in here. Have you been smoking?" And he's like, "Of course." He was like, "No." And he may not have. I was telling because after I was watching it, I was started thinking. I was like, you know what? Up here right now, skunk season is like super bad, right?
Hmm.
It's very possible that he didn't smoke anything. 100%.
Yeah,
I'm not
Hmm.
saying he didn't. I'm just saying that it's very possible that he did not smoke anything, and it totally could be skunk.
dude.
I
Right.
mean,
I
Right.
they
actually,
are
I
everywhere up here.
I literally ran over a skunk. Okay, for more than a week, my car reeked. I got pulled over, and I had
Mhm.
to sit here a bit until I literally showed nasty shit all over like my wheel well and car. He did not believe me. Like he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, right. It smells
Yeah.
like fresh weed." I
Yeah.
was like, "No, no,
Yeah.
no, I promise." But I
But
also
see,
didn't want to get searched.
so the thing was, the guy was a felon. He was a prior. He had priors, and of course, he was a felon and all that stuff. So he wasn't able to have a firearm and all that.
Oh shoot.
He had a firearm, and so I was thinking to myself, even if he didn't smoke, and even if he did not, that's not the reason why he didn't want to get out of the car. The reason why he didn't want to get out of the car is because he had a firearm, or he had a firearm in the car. So if he had priors and he was a felon and he wasn't allowed to have one, that's the reason why he didn't want to search it, because he knew he'd find a
Right.
gun.
Right.
So
And-
it all came down to it. Long story short, they tried to tase him, and when they tased him, he basically he got hit like 2 or 3 times, and then he just reached up and right to the face. And as soon as he hit one cop, like he fired like 3 or 4 times. He hit one cop. I don't know if it incapacitated him or not, but it basically knocked him down to where he just was like almost dead, I think. And then when he was on his back, this is the messed up part. Like this is where it goes from I could be afraid for my life or whatever. This is where it turns. So yeah, he shot at him because he was tasing him, and he shot the other officer too. He got hurt in the leg and got him, like, I think it went in his shoulder and then up through his neck.
Oh shoot.
It got her in the leg. So he immediately went down on his back. The lady got hit in the leg. She ran off and was like, calling that she got hit or whatever. The guy, the shooter in the car, was still in the car. He opened up his door, ripped the talons out of his skin, and leaned over and said, "I told y'all, mother effers," and he shot the dude in the face. Like point blank to the face. So
Whoa.
that goes from, hey, I'm afraid for my life. I thought you were going to kill me, so I shot at you, to I'm making sure this guy's dead.
Right. Right.
And in Tennessee right now,
Did this guy is room temperature, I hope, right?
yeah,
Please tell me.
No. He's still alive. Yeah.
Oh no.
The shooter is still alive.
The shooter's still alive. The police actually died. But so after that happened, he went on like a run or whatever. He took off and fled, and it took him about 5 days for him to find him.
Oh
But
shoot.
Hold on. So he wasn't hit at all?
No.
He was only hit by the tasers.
Yeah.
And he got away for 5 days?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were searching for him, yeah.
Wow.
And so when that happened, basically, now in Tennessee, and I think we had an officer die probably 10 years ago or so in a different county. And after that happened, a prosecutor was like pulling for this law to go into place in Tennessee, where it says that if you murder a first responder at all, not kill, because killing, you can accidentally kill somebody, hit them with a car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you murder a first responder,
so some form of intent,
automatic execution within 30 days of you being caught.
Wow, that's pretty odd. I'm okay with death penalty, but within 30 days of being caught, that's a little quick for justice, I would say.
So I just want to throw this out there. Different conversation. Okay. I, for my entire life, was pro death penalty. I, in most cases, will say, let's bring back, hangings in the town square. Yeah. And for somebody that has a belief of limited government, how could we ever give the ultimate choice of somebody's life or death? In this case, it's different, right? The guy murdered another human being with a family and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All because he didn't want to get out of a car. That's what I don't understand.
But what if it wasn't illegal for him to carry a gun being a felon? What if that law was changed? This would not have happened. I could almost guarantee.
But maybe he had a big pile of weed in a Whole Foods bag in his back seat.
Totally possible.
Okay, why you gotta say that shit, man? Come on.
Nobody knows because he fled, right? Even if, what if weed wasn't illegal?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's not in some states. Like, and I'm sure if he'd had some, like if he'd just got out of the car and he'd had some, it'd have been a misdemeanor. Here,
I've seen body camera footage that ends up in a black man dying, where it's a normal stop. Cop's like, "Hey, how's it going?" The guy's like, "I don't want to be killed by a cop. I don't want to be," and the black man makes it happen.
Yeah.
He ggets himself all worked up.
I think it's the stigma that goes around him. Like, Cops are out to
it's
get
a
black people.
self-fulfilling prophecy,
Yeah.
and
Cops are
it's a
out to get-
terrifying thing to watch.
Cops are out to get black guys. Cops are against black guys, and they're like, I'm totally against police because of this or that or the other. Not all of them. I'm just saying some of them, and that stigma is around them, so they don't know what to do and what not to do. But if the guy just would have got out of the car, and even if they'd have found the firearm and he'd been a felon, he wasn't even driving his own car. He was driving his grandmother's car. Could totally been like, that's hers in her car for protection. I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah.
And you would have had a misdemeanor at most. A misdemeanor.
Right.
Instead, he killed a cop, and now he's ruined like 10 lives because he had 5 kids. The cop had so many kids and grandkids. Like, so he's affected
it's
multiple people's lives, all because he was selfish and didn't want to get out of a car.
he probably, and trust me, I am not, validating what he did. What he did is evil, and there's absolutely no excuse for it. From I would guess his perspective was that if he gets out and he's caught with that, he's getting reviolated. It's a felony, and he's going back in for however long, right? Like in his eyes, his life may have been over, and maybe he thought, you always think a fist fight's going to go different, right? Maybe he thought like, oh, if I just murk these 2, cops, I could get away or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, one of the things that I believe that if these rights are given to us by God, then man can't take them, right?
I
Unless
agree.
they're
I
awarded
agree.
the state. So
I've thought about that so much, man, as far as
Yeah.
it being like not illegal for him to carry a firearm because everybody has the right to self-defense, regardless of what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that had been the case, would he have even cared that it was there?
Yeah,
Would he have tried to, do that? Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a tough call. Either way, I think his actions are he'll have to deal with them for the rest of eternity.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna send you all this link here to the body game.
And I want
I
to
don't know if
say
you can play
thank
online
you
or not.
to Josh, because both Dark and I have been stealing things that Josh has been saying. And Josh has said, get right with God. And I've been using that a lot. And I want to thank Josh here publicly for bringing that into my mind to talk about God on our channels.
Yep.
Dude, I think it's so necessary to
I
bring
actually just said on fire for Jesus the other day.
Dude, I'm right there, and it's like I said, my whole story has been my whole life. Like I've been a Christian my whole life because I got saved when I was 7 or whatever, but I didn't really know what that meant. And honestly, I believe that God was in my life for my entire life because of choices I've made, the moral things I've done, and what I believe in. I think that if the Holy Ghost wasn't there and didn't have those convictions in my life, then I could have turned out completely different. So I do believe that he was with me the entire time. But I also believe that until I actually started reaching and searching for an actual relationship with him on a completely different level, he's never been in my life as much as he is now. And he's never really turned me on to being fully in a relationship with him ever before than now. I mean, it's just I didn't know anything. I feel like I didn't know anything anyway. I feel like I didn't even know. Like you hear the stories and you know what they are. You go through the motions of what they are. You really don't know unless you
I've talked to Dark about this, and I think you said something with Dark on his channel. I kind of, and this is going to sound really bad. To me, a lot of the characters in the Bible might as well have been the Easter Bunny, or might as well have been, some Santa Claus type thing. Until what is the
The Chosen?
The Chosen,
dude. Absolutely.
And I started watching The Chosen. I'm like, whoa!
It totally brings it to life. It really does. The only thing
I don't know what the special sauce is on that show, but it's like it made it real. It really made it real.
It really did, and I don't know if I don't know. I've seen there's a pastor that I watch on YouTube, and he,
It's the gold calf conversation.
yeah,
It
he's talking about like it's totally blasphemous, and you're believing that Jesus is this guy who's this character when like if you pray and you see that guy's face, then it's basically idolatry. And I'm like, I don't see it that way like at all. Like I see it as
it's
you
storytelling.
watching a show. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't see that guy's
storytelling.
face. When I think of Jesus, I don't see that guy's face. I mean, I do, but only because he's a character. But I don't pray to that guy. I pray
Right.
to
Right.
the image of Christ in my head. I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people have now told me that I need to watch The Chosen, and
Yeah, The Chosen is really good. It's really,
I would like,
it
honestly, what I'm doing is I'm going back through and I'm literally reading Genesis to Revelation,
Yeah,
and
dude, it's good.
that's right now we're on. Well, at my church, they literally go through and do, you know, chapter by chapter and book by book, and I find a lot of value in that. But also, I got a singles over 30 event coming up at the church. Hey, anyway, I think it's interesting because like everything that's happened has kind of brought like a different awareness. I agree. I think like in most of my life, I felt like God has always been in my life. I was raised in a Christian family, and you know, it's different. So I've heard before that every single human being, because so many people talk about like I went to like seek God out, right? And it's not necessarily true because if what we read is correct and what we believe is correct, God has already sought us out and we can only respond to him. So I think that at different points of our lives, all of our individual lives, we respond to him and we've been primed to accept him at a certain time and a certain juncture in our life, right?
Sure.
But that's the beauty of it. That's the grace. Because who else could you ever know that would wait for you 32, 35, 37, 40, 45, 50, 60 years for you to finally say, okay, all right, I'll walk your path, right?
Yeah,
Like there's no one else in the world. I'm talking about my wife for a year. Her and I have gone in separate directions, and I'm like, "Pff, well, I'm not gonna wait for you, and
yeah.
it's wrong, right? I don't have the same level of grace that I'm asking for from other things in my life, and I'm not talking about like
Well,
being
see,
Christ-like and whatnot, but
that's the thing though, is that people that are people that don't really understand, like
yeah,
you're trying to be Christ-like, and you're trying to be as far as much like him as you possibly can, even though it'll never happen. Um, but the thing is that he he understands what you're doing, and most people are just like, I can't walk that path, man. That's the reason why I can't do this, and that's the reason why I'm not
yeah,
saved. I can't do that. It's just too hard and all sort of stuff. You don't think he knows that? You don't think that he knows that what you go through every single time you do it, and you go back to this sin that you feel convicted over. You don't
yeah.
think he knows that you're going to do that? Like that's why his
Um,
grace is there.
I'm
That's
I'm
why his grace
sick.
is there.
I'm sick, my dude. Sorry. Go
But
ahead.
that's all it is. Like you live under
yeah.
his grace. It's not saying that you can go and ask for forgiveness and then go right back to sin because you feel like, well, I can just do it and he'll just forgive me for it later on. That's
Yeah.
not the way that works. If you do it and then you realize you have that conviction of what I've done to sin and I need to repent, and that's all part of it. That's part of
Yeah.
the walk.
Hmm.
That's not, you're never going to be perfect. So it's like,
Yeah.
quit trying to be, just
Dude,
do your best to be as close to him as possible. And that will come eventually. Like your want to be, try to be perfect will be fulfilled is what I'm saying. Like you will want to do that. It's not that people are just like, oh, well, the Christians walk this like crazy rules driven thing and they can't do anything and they can't do this and that and the other. When you get truly saved and the Holy Ghost is in your body and in your mind and gives you these convictions, you don't want to do that anymore. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. It's like you don't care about any of the crap that you used to like to do. You just don't.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's what's so awesome about it. And so I would recommend anybody to do it because it's so much easier. It's crazy easier. And I can't explain it any other way than that. And people are going to think I'm crazy, but it's not. It's so much easier just to try to walk with him. And
Yeah.
I can't explain it any other way than that.
It gives you purpose. It gives you relief. It gives you guidance. It gives you the journey, the path. I mean, I I don't know. The one thing I say all the time, like every time that we wrap up a show, and I say same kind of thing: get right with God. Right? I throw like an option out there for people because you never know when you may meet somebody right at that juncture, right? Whenever they may be primed their whole life to boom, just you know, like my brother invited me to church
Yeah.
one weekend. That's it. Like talked with Josh, talked with Rich, talked with these people, and then all of a sudden, you know, going through certain things in my life, and then my brother invites me to church, boom, and it just totally changed everything, right? My invitation to anyone out there would be if you don't know what getting right with God looks like, if you want to reach out, have a conversation, reach out to me, Josh, Rich, any of us would be happy to talk to you. And
Absolutely.
we're not going to show up at your door and be like, "Have you heard the good news?" Right? Where it's just a conversation with friends, right? Nothing in my life has changed other than me being more fulfilled, being happier, having more
Other than for
guidance
the
and more
better.
reassurance. Yeah,
Honestly, other
exactly.
than for the
Yeah.
better.
Yep. And I'm still not perfect. I'm still a
Yeah.
dirtbag from time to
We'll
time.
never be. Never
Yeah.
be. Never be perfect. You'll
Yeah.
always fall back into sin. That's the thing that people don't understand.
Mhm.
Like convictions are there and they're there for a reason. They're a reason why you feel convicted on 'em.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, you wouldn't know that he's there with you, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that he's there with you if you did not feel like you didn't need to do those things. Like that's just the way it works. Like, and you'll never be as good as him. I mean, you'll never be as
Yeah.
Christ-like as him. You just won't be. There's you
Right.
won't be perfect ever. So you're gonna
Yeah.
screw up, and that's the thing. You're gonna screw up. He's there still. You're
And
gonna screw up.
it's
You're gonna do the
so
things that
one of the
you.
disciples asked God, it's like, well, if my brother sins against me, how many times should I forgive him? It's like as many times as he sins,
Yeah.
and that's what God does. And I think there have been issues in my life. It's amazing. So the conviction part is God forgives you, but you need to forgive other people also. You
Yeah.
can't
Mhm.
hold a grudge. You can't be mad at fill in the blank. And releasing that is really a big deal. That's a big was a big change for me in my life
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there were people I'm like, that's it. That person is
Dude,
in
I
the
got people
doghouse
that have sued
forever,
me.
permanent.
I've got people that have sued me. I've got people that have put me in really crappy situations legally and stuff. I mean, companies and like you have to love them and pray for them
Hmm.
because if you
Hmm.
don't, you have to be able to forgive somebody just like God forgives you. And if not, then I mean that's a
And
sin.
the thing that Jesus charged us with is to love our enemies. And what is it to
Yeah.
love somebody that loves you back? That's nothing. That takes no effort.
Mhm.
Yep,
It's true character building to love those that hate you. You know.
it's really really hard to
Hmm.
pray for them. It's really hard to do that just based on your natural instinct
Sure, sure.
to hate somebody. Like it's
Yeah.
very hard to actually pray for somebody else's well-being that you're just like, I can't stand that person.
Hmm.
But
That's one thing
And
I
it,
don't do enough. I don't pray for other people like that like I should. It's definitely something I could work on.
that's just the only reason why is because I mean, he tells you to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only reason why one day I was just like, you know what? I better start doing what he tells me to do. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Facts.
yeah, It's hard,
There you
man.
go.
It's very hard, and it'll never be easy. But that's the point. Like, so a lot of people think like if you, and it's because of a lot of stuff that is based off of Christianity as well. Like, well, I say that it's basically based off of people's religion more than anything. And if you follow a religion, like let's say, and they're like, well, if you don't repent of your sins, you're going to hell, which I agree, you will go to hell if you don't repent of your sins. There's two places, guys. There's heaven and hell, and we tell you which one's better, and it's up to you to choose which one you want to go to for eternity. You know, it has nothing to do with me. I can tell you anything you want. I mean, everything I want, and it's always up to you to choose which one.
Mm-hmm.
But when people are talking like, well, if I do this and that and the other, and I don't repent right away, does that mean I'm going to hell if I die next? Well, I mean, you tell me if you think that God would be like, nope, you did this just like 2 seconds right before you died, and you didn't have time to repent. No, you're going to hell. Go ahead. Do you think he's a spiteful God like that? Or do you think that he knows what you're working on in your mind? He knows what you're working on for your convictions. He knows what you're working on. And you fall into this grace that he has for you in your life. And you don't think he's just like, you know, I see what you're struggling with. You know, I'm not going to condemn you for it, because I'm not saying you should, like I said, I'm not saying you should go and do whatever you want and then ask for forgiveness, because that's not the way it works. And your body and your mind wouldn't allow you to do that if you truly were saved.
Yeah. I mean, he knows everything that we're experiencing.
Yeah.
He is everything, everywhere, always, all at once. Like, you know, omnipresent.
Yep.
So he knows every single challenge you're experiencing. And he knows every time that you sin, repent, and even something like, I made a joke about, my daughter's teacher, right? And then I found myself in my head and I was like, damn, I'm like, I as I made that joke, I thought about her in a sexual way, because I made a sexual joke about my daughter's teacher. I mean, y'all should see her.
Yeah.
And look, I'm a man, I'm just a dude. And
Dude.
I was like, oh shit, that's a sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The sermon that we had on the service and the message that we had on Sunday, man, it was basically about like guys and their convictions and what they're going to go through. Like we are made specifically for visual stuff. Like that's just what that's the way our bodies are made, and God made us like that for a reason, because
Mhm.
he gave that to us with marriage, and he gave that to us with love and intent to use in a marriage and stuff like that. And so
And
it's
to be
just
fruitful.
we're going to struggle with it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to struggle with it, and he knows that. So, I mean, it's just something that
I was not going to click on that.
I was just so curious. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, thank you for sharing. Sorry.
Does he use AI for those things? I've always thought he did use AI for them thumbnails.
6-9 Supreme
Yeah.
Court decision.
17-2 Supreme Court.
Oh man.
I think he's coming out with a video on the breaking news about the Bruin decision.
Yeah, I heard about that. But he's gonna wait a couple months. And it'll be like NFA is in the trash can.
Yeah. No more.
Not allowed to enforce the NFA.
No more tax stamps. You don't have to have them anymore, guys.
Yeah. $200. It's going to be $0, a greater than sign. And
Crump is going to be mad at me. You know how you're about to sin, and you have that sin in your mind, and you know God is. I know Crump is not going to be happy with what I'm about to do.
Did you just relate?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
Okay, so
but I'm just saying in the same way.
Everyone knows that the Armed Scholar is 2 weeks late on news and completely, I mean, clickbait is not even the word for him.
Well, let's do some crowdsource.
Oh, hold on. I thought you said Crump was going to be mad. He said, let's look this up.
Well, I just want to be authentic here.
Sure.
Supreme Court issues 5-4 emergency order with serious nationwide implications. Breaking Supreme Court hearings and decisions.
Well, you can go
change the
down and
second-
see, like, he'll use the same one for multiple different videos, like at one, like right after one or after another.
No more NFA tax claim.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
All right, I'm embarrassed here. I actually watched that one. See, there's a red line under it.
Well,
The 5-4 emergency order that just changed the Second Amendment forever.
2 weeks prior to him dropping that video.
Huge mistake.
no more
Congress
NFA
Supreme
tax
Court.
claim.
Rifle
Oh
barrels.
wait, we got the NFA tax claim twice, 4 days ago
That's-
and 2 weeks ago.
That's what he's saying.
Same thumbnail and
I'm telling
everything.
you. Look. Here,
Wait. How many breaking news thumbnails are exactly identical?
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. They're all the same for the most part.
No,
I'm telling you, Rich. I think you
There's three
thought,
right there. They're exactly the same. 1, 2, 3. Right
yeah,
there.
literally, it looks like the front of like the Tombstone VHS. Like it looks exactly the same, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Rich. I think you probably thought you were going to, in a very calm, critical way, come up with like a creative way to factually address some of this stuff. There is no way. There is no way to. This is just malarkey.
It's
just
the No Malarkey Express.
This is just corn pop malarkey right here. Okay.
He has to. That's AI, right? Like he has to use AI to get this done.
So here's what I think.
Like
I think he pays for 4 thumbnails.
The one of
is
Biden
using the total F out of them.
I think what he's doing is he has a source. The source is likely either an attorney or somebody that knows.
I think the source is a monthly magazine that comes out and then he reads it.
Just
like, holy cow, breaking news.
Well, imagine this. So imagine.
All right, I'm not doing this. I don't want to be doing this, but somehow I am.
Dude, I mean, you're doing it. You screen shared this, all right?
You did it.
Yeah. So
I wanted to go on record to say I never met him before.
I never met him either.
I walked by, I never said hi.
So what I think is that he has some source that is more understanding of law than he, and he gets on the phone. He gets information. I think he is, but I am going to guess that he may be early in his studies. Anyway, I think I can picture him like with a legal pad. He gets information from someone else, writes it down, and he jots down like, okay, Supreme Court, okay, 5-4 Supreme Court decision. Okay, all right.
I ain't gonna lie, I did that with Jared stuff before.
Yeah, and then you know what? And then he just keeps going back to the legal pad for information, and a lot of the times it's the same stuff. Maybe I don't know. I just couldn't ever imagine watching
Guns and Gadgets before doing a video.
For real?
Jared kills.
Yeah.
Jared
is
good.
I straight up copied when he did the 25 states thing or whatever. I was just like, that's a good idea. So I just totally did a video. And I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm going to use some of these screenshots from your video. And he was like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, he's totally chill.
I gotta say, Jared is one of the few people I know that actually does the gumshoe detective work, the real investigative journalism and reporting.
Dude, he's honest and authentic about it. Like he's a good dude, and he's not a dirtbag. Yeah. Bless you.
Let's see how he does on his thumbnail roll. He is like much more diverse.
But why would you ever support somebody that's a convicted
I think
felon?
my thumbnails look really good.
Your thumbnails look great.
Well, hold on.
But
let's see.
I don't get any views. So
my thumbnails, for the amount of effort I put into them, are incredible.
I make them all on my phone.
I actually don't even really do thumbnails like that. It would be embarrassing if you look it up.
See, I think mine look pretty good.
They look great.
No views at all.
So we are now broken into YouTube channel reviews here.
Yeah, right.
See, of course, Josh is the face of Black Diamond Guns and Gear, and I think it's important that Josh is in the photo. You know, just like CRS, I think CRS's channel, CRS should be in the thumbnail. Now, hold on. Let's do.
You definitely need his tattoo in there.
Let's see. I know
was a good one.
there's
You gotta go to live.
live. Is it live? No. Okay, so look at this thumbnail. Here's a thumbnail here.
I think that one's really good.
Oh wait,
Thank you.
and look at that thumbnail. Look at that one.
Yeah, most of the thumbnails are mid-action from
The
my
eagle.
streams. The default thumbnails. But I mean, honestly, like I used to do thumbnails, and I was like, it's a live show, right?
Let's see when he did a thumbnail.
I mean, I just did one.
Actually, so far I have not seen a thumbnail that you've done.
Dude, I literally just did one.
Yeah, there's one
like,
right there.
the other day.
Where's the thumbnail you did?
Well, right
Go
there.
up to the top
With
with the MGB and DLD.
There's
Oh wait. Okay, yeah, you did do that one.
So there's that.
Where is it?
OA.
That one. Yes.
FPC.
The breaking news that wasn't me.
I did that thumbnail.
That was them broadcasting.
I
on my
did this
channel.
thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys did the
So-
wired tight one. But technically, does my channel have a thumbnail?
Pretty
I
much.
mean,
no.
yeah.
Well, no. Hold on. Did
That's a
that
great thumbnail, Rich, right there. That one's awesome.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You're talking about this one here?
Yeah.
I like the two in the middle, and then the third at the top right, or the three where it's
No,
just your forehead.
Yeah, I made that Tony Simon thumbnail. Actually, I do a quote unquote thumbnail, but a lot of times it's just a screenshot.
Yeah, I do that too.
So
Most of the time,
those are
it's a screenshot from my video that I just like tweak the colors and stuff of, and then I type something on top of
That's a good move.
it. And that, and I'll find like something I'm talking about relatively, and I'll put the.
I'm just gonna start doing this
There you go.
with the
Just
words in the
screenshot
background. Yeah, man,
That's the way to go.
I like it. Do this, and then as it comes up, I'll just put words in the background and be like,
Yeah,
Dude,
the most annoying one. And I told Joe to quit doing this.
dude, when I saw Joe post one, he was like, he was like, dude, you look like a naughty baby that just got caught doing something.
I told him,
talking
like,
student gallery.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do it. Like Johnny's like the world's worst for doing it, right? Like he does it to a lot of things. And I told him, I
The
was
one
like,
where
Joe,
they're
man,
pointing up
please
at the
don't do
words.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
wait,
dude,
hold on.
I'm like, please don't do that, man. Don't do that. Please don't do that. And
You
he still-
literally
he-
look like you're about to slob on a knob.
he listened to me for a little bit, but then he went right back to doing it.
Well, it's because what do they see? They see all the people that they admire
Yeah, doing
it, right? I don't know if there was just somebody that could break away from the,
Let's see,
the
let's see.
norm.
The one that's really funny is let's see, where's it at?
Find the one with his hand
Right
over his
there,
mouth.
yeah, right there.
Oh, the
This
one where
Alright,
Yeah.
that one's got to go.
yeah. But you got to find the one where
Is
his
Joe
hand's
out there
over his
watching
mouth.
right now?
I hope he
He
is.
probably is. I hope he is.
This
Find-
one right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. This one.
Yep.
I'm pointing at it.
Oh, hold on, dude. I got
This,
it.
this one.
The funny thing is that like if you look at that one right there where he's pointing at the flashlight, go back up. He's if he's pointing at the flashlight, you can see the squareness cut off because he's cut off from the camera. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still like turned it to where it's pulling
Oh,
out.
right.
His ear's cut off. His ear and the side of his head's cut off.
Dude,
So it'd be different if he was in the corner of the picture. You know what I'm saying?
You should have just pulled it.
if he made it
yeah.
bigger and then turned it
Yes,
and pushed
yes.
it back, he would have
Yeah.
had the angle perfectly.
See, he quit doing it for a while. He quit doing it for a long time. And I
Dude,
was
you
like,
got to
"Don't-
find the
don't
one
do
where
that,
he's
dude."
like, where he has his hand over his mouth like that.
Let's see. Let's
I,
see.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oopsies.
Those are all a little older.
Looking around.
I know it's there.
I would.
He's
rather
always pointing
see-
at his videos.
I would much rather see the product than somebody pointing at the product.
Oh my gosh!
sure.
Look at that one. Look at that face.
There you go.
That's a
Hold
good
on.
one.
Let's see. Is that his lives?
No, I think his lives are basically like he makes
Oh,
those.
look at
Oh yeah, that was me holding the trophy.
that.
That's funny.
Let's see. All
Yeah, I
right, we
think
got that
these
thumbnails.
are all.
Man, we're the
And
one.
Joe's a good friend of
I
ours, so
gotta find.
let's.
You gotta find the one that you're talking about where he has his hand over. Maybe he changed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it at all.
He might have taken it down.
I swear, maybe I'm thinking about someone else, but I swore it was him. Maybe I'm just categorizing that one pointing one as cheesy as that.
Maybe, but I'll tell you, Johnny B is like one of the world's worst for doing it. I hate
Yeah.
it when he does it too. He does them all the time, and
Mhm.
but at least sometimes his are kind of like wacky. You know, like if he has his hands up both like this or something. You know, like
Yeah,
it's a
like
little-
that. Like it literally the first one that pops up with
Yeah.
both hands up like that, you know?
Yeah. Like the one that says Hump Wednesday and he has hands out, and that like some of them are different, but when he's pointing like that one that says calling out this fake right here.
That's funny. So he does the pointing also.
They all do. They all do.
Patton does it sometimes. He doesn't do it all the time, but he does it sometimes. TGC is, but they usually have pretty good thumbnails.
Dude, my security system is like there's a person.
Yeah, see, but John's isn't too bad though. John's is kind of like, you know. Sometimes he points. See, his aren't. I don't think his are that bad. Now that one right there, go back up where he's like kind of shrugging real heavy. That one right there says, "Why is it like that?" That kind of thing. Like that's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
His ain't too bad. The pointing at the product is what really gets me. I hate that. Like,
The super safety.
Oh, what's this? What am I pointing at? Come on, man. Just show me the product. Just literally just take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Take a good quality picture of the product. And that was a style.
Right, now that we've gone down this rabbit hole badly.
You know who has awesome thumbnails and does really good like product picks or whatever? Tactical Considerations does great ones.
Yeah.
And tactical Toolbox. They both do really good thumbnails as far as like just showing you the product, really like hardly any words, if any at all, on the actual thumbnail itself. But
one of the things. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying just because the picture is very clear and the product is very clear, that's what makes me want to click on them, honestly. And that's for me, that's what it does.
Yeah, I'm the same way. They use boards, either boxes, boards, or like the that orange on his workbench area.
Yeah,
dude, it's like perfect, you know, in super bright white light. It's so funny. Like if anyone ever like came in and like walked in the door while I was filming a short, they would be like, "Did y'all hear that?"
Yeah. No, what?
I guess it was like an 18-wheeler, like not too far away, that was like.
Oh, Jacob Ray?
Now I hear sirens.
Oh yeah, I hear him now.
Maybe it's a fire truck.
You know who also has really good thumbnails? Oh man, what's that guy? Honest Outlaw.
Yeah, he's a good.
All right.
But I'm sorry, I was saying.
He's usually holding them, and I like that too because they're so clear, man. They're it's just straight to the point what the product is, and hardly anything else.
On his thumbnail, he's got his branding, so you know it's his identity. It's Tactical Toolbox, and it's the product, and I think that's really good.
Talk about somebody that studies the analytics, dude. That guy, Jonathan, he studies the crap out of the analytics of YouTube.
He's a beast.
I have never done that. I don't think I've ever looked at analytics.
No, I'll tell you, Matt Hoover is crazy analytic. He's got a brain for that crap. Yeah, look at this: 54K views, 79K views, 140K views, 681K views.
I honestly, I'm like, how
1 million views?
Matt like knows about stuff that's changed with YouTube that like we don't know, and he's in.
I don't know anything about YouTube at all. Oh,
Dude,
you're saying like
it's
now he does?
like literally now in federal prison, he knows more about YouTube than like shit that, you
Current
know,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's Matt is a guy. I hate to say it, like college was probably a waste on me, probably a waste on Dark. I guess his battery ran out.
No, it's
But college for Matt would have been a good thing. Matt would have done really good in college.
You think he would have done well, even
Well.
even well?
Well, that's weird.
Done good.
You
Yeah,
done
just
good,
plug
kid.
in the camera
I don't know what
for
happened.
power.
Well, I think I gotta wrap it up here.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 2 hours now, and I
Yeah.
love all you guys.
Isn't this a 1-hour show?
Yeah, it's a 1 hour show that
This is what
I'll
happened
end it
when Dark gets involved. That's what
I
happened.
know, man. It's always
because
me.
Dark
It's
talks
always
too
me.
much.
It's because my voice is raspy today. That's why.
It's sexy, and that's what keeps people watching.
There you go.
No, I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
that at all.
Back
It
there.
it takes me longer to get the words out, you know.
I'm not sure what Eric is saying. He would have got kicked out. LOL. College. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I actually went to like 6 months of college.
Yeah, I did
Cool.
I did 2 years and
Took
did
me 4 years to get my 2-year degree.
associates. Yeah, I was gonna say I went for 2 years and I did not get my associate's degree.
I co-opted out. I went for industrial electricity and co-opted out because I was like, this ain't for me. School is for some people, and it's just not for some people.
Yeah, it's not for me either. Bro, I get kicked out of high school when I was 15.
Who's
Banned
Sugar
from
Tits? Who's that?
That's Matt's wife.
Sarah's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I got kicked out of school when I was 15 and I got expelled from both counties and they wouldn't even let me go to the alternative school and I finally found a way to I mean thank God for my parents were way too helpful and forgiving and I was able to get my actual diploma, not just a GED. I got my actual diploma, and I went to college, and I totally bombed it. And you know, was just a
Dude,
big old dirtbag.
book stuff is just not for me, man. I do much better hands-on and all that stuff. That's why I co-opt out and tried to do I did electrical work for a long time before I started driving and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
yeah.
but see, even then, later on in life, it's like I love books. I love reading. I love learning. I love if I valued it then when I needed it versus now, oh man, my world would be
Oh,
I mean, I'm doing
absolutely.
all right
100%.
now, aside from my store
Well,
that I own being taken from me. I'm doing all right aside from that little hiccup.
Speaking of store, go check out
Fat Tech.
fatpack.com.
Yeah. Go if you don't get the taco shirt and the hot dog shirt, like what
Dude.
are you doing?
They are putting up tons of actually I got a shirt on third right now, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I do.
Oh, is that the taco? Oh
The
no, that's the
beaver with the
Bucky.
claw.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like a play on Bucky's. Yeah.
And if you look, it's the green frame. It's the green frame Glock too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
They're putting up tons of shirts and stuff. I really like the Born to Eat helmet. I think that one's really probably my favorite.
Yeah, that was cool.
But the Fats blue collar, that's pretty cool too. It looks like that Pabst blue, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah. They're putting up a bunch of stuff, and I have the inside source on that stuff they're getting ready to put out, and they got like I've done a couple of shorts where I have like my pronoun shirt that I wear. It's like my pronouns are fine Jesus, that thing.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's like, we love those shirts. So I asked him, I was like, you should start making shirts that have, pronouns and and so they're gonna start doing that, and they're gonna start doing some cool ones, man.
Nice. I always want I thought I got a shirt idea for you after the show. I'll tell you.
Okay.
All right, let's close it out.
You're gonna love it.
So, Dark, where can they find you?
Usually you can find me in the club, pockets full of bub. I'm just kidding. That's not the words, whatever it is.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Dark. I'm Dark with DLD After Dark, and I got a channel. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Usually every other Saturday, but right now I'm yeah, whatever. At 10 p.m. I have a really dope contest going on now,
Ish.
depending on traffic. And yeah, I got a dope. I would say, you know what? If you're into building GATs, go to DLD Hardware, and you can actually buy stuff to help yourself on your journey of building said GATs.
Maybe.
However, in the closet. However, right now it's been taken by some left-wing extremist anti-gun dirtbags. So until I get it set up, yeah, just find me everywhere else. Rumble, YouTube, and all those places. Instagram. Don't forget my Instagram, man. My Instagram is gold. It's got gold. So go to Fat Tack too, though. Fat Tack. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Josh, with Black Diamond Guns Gear?
I run Black Diamond Guns Gear YouTube channel and also Instagram and stuff. And I make funny videos on the internet.
He's also an attorney.
I'm not an attorney.
He's a lead attorney.
Yeah. No, but I'm promoting Fat Tack because that's my main squeeze. And we have the Fat Tack holsters if you're a bigger guy and you want to carry comfortably. The Fat Tack holster is where it's at. So go check out the Fat Tack holster and everything else for big guys. If you don't want to wear a plate carrier that looks like a bib, we got extra large plates and plate carriers online that you can't find anywhere else. Made from Prime Armor, some of the best body stuff in the game, in my opinion. It's made out of polyethylene. They weigh like 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, they are light and they will stop.
Yeah.
They're level 4 plates. I mean, and they're amazing.
That's light. That is light.
Personally have put 308 to the chest of these things and nothing went through. I mean, it was very, very cool. So Prime Armor, we got on there. Blue Alpha, which is literally the best belts in the game. They're on there. They will literally accommodate any size possible. I was talking to somebody the other day and they said they did up to a 74 size belt.
Dude, I got a
with
44.
No fat tax. No fat tax. Doesn't matter what size it is. It's the same price.
It's true. Yeah, it is no fat tax.
And also we got shirts and belts and holsters, and Gideon Optics is on there. They got a crazy sale right now with free shipping. So,
skirts.
It's got some cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the new stuff they're putting out, like the LPVO and all that stuff, man. Yeah.
I just got to watch
that LPVO?
my neighbor come home through my new camera.
There you
go. Quit staring at your hot neighbor.
Sorry, I can't help.
No fat tax.
No fat tax, which is cool because it's a play on like plural fat tack, right?
Yeah.
Like fat tax.
Yeah. So that's with Blue Alpha belts, but also with our apparel. The apparel costs the exact same, whether it's 5X or small.
I noticed that. That's dope. Usually, that's not the case. Usually, once you hit double XL, all the companies start charging more.
Oh, they charge us more for it. We just don't charge you more for it.
Yeah. I gotcha. I think that's cool. No fat tax. Go to Fat Tax where there's no fat tax.
Yeah. Yep.
What about you, Rich? Where can they find you, Rich?
So flyingrich.com is my website with all of my links.
Flyingrich.com.
So all of my social media. So Flying Rich on YouTube, Flying Rich Firearms on YouTube. And don't come to my door. Don't send me handwritten letters with perfect penmanship. You can reach me very easily on Instagram at flyingrich_official.
All of his social media. Sorry, I'm done. Don't go to his house.
And with yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We covered a whole lot of ground here, and everybody be good.
Hey, I want to say I'll be at a rifle class on Sunday. It's in Sweetwater, and Opie and the Smokies is putting on. If anybody lives in the area and they want to go to a rifle class, they got about 5
Sweetwater,
spots.
Florida?
No, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
How much is the class?
$125.
$125?
Yeah, it lasts. Yeah, and you shoot 400 rounds of rifle, 100 rounds pistol. And,
bro, that's like
it's a fundamental rifle class. So I obviously I don't think I need a fundamental one, but I'm going just because it's fun to do.
You got to take them, dude. I could not tell you how I've done at least half a dozen basic rifle courses in the last 2 years. You learn so much from different instructors.
Yeah.
Bro, man, $125. That's not bad at all, man.
Hooping the Smokies is where you can find it on the Instagram. Or
you can't this
I think
weekend.
it's the Redbeard Society, I
What
think
do
is
you
what
mean?
it's called on Instagram.
You can't this weekend, Dark.
Why?
Unless you take your daughter also.
It's not my weekend.
It's not your weekend.
Remember we
Switch
switched.
weekends? Oh, you
Yeah.
switch.
And then you ought
huh?
to take your travel on down to Tennessee. You can stay
Yeah.
at my place. We'll go to the rifle class and you go back on Sunday.
Dang, I got the invite.
Sure.
Oh, look at
Dang.
that. Look at that.
Okay.
Notice who we did invite.
You live in Florida. You gonna fly up here?
Yeah, you're further. I'm like 4.5 hours away.
I got
from
that
you.
self-driving car.
Oh yeah, that's
Then
right.
drive on up here, Rich.
By the way, shout out to One Love Design. If you're out there, One Love Design, we appreciate you, bro. Yeah, and respond to my email, One Love Design. I appreciate all you guys as well. Thank you for those that were patient with my voice because I'm just getting sick. I'm sorry. If there's anyone out there that didn't like my raspy voice, I'm sorry, my dude.